Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom with my spider webs and great graphic representations. Today is day 2823 of What Shift You Now. It's where I document my journey, sip coffee, look at my gray hair, talk about lessons learned and what's working, what's not working, what we talked about today in the Be a Better You Annual Challenge, as well as Supersize Your Business, what I'm working on with respect to the school community that we're starting and forming there for entrepreneurs and business owners who want to grow and build their supersize their business in ways literally that won't kill them and that honor them and who they are, which is part of today's topic, which is personal responsibility and personal power. How do we reclaim our personal power? And I didn't even talk about it with respect to physical health and well-being, although that's our focus for the month. But the truth is, who is going to take care of your body if you don't? Who is going to exert our own personal power to make the choices that are right for us? And who's going to take responsibility for that? Who are you going to blame if you're in poor health? The only person you can blame is the person that you see in the mirror. And that's kind of a hard, cold fact, but it's so true. Yet often we sugarcoat it. We don't tell people, hey, you get to make all the choices and decisions that you want, but you're going to have to live with the outcomes or the results of those decisions. So if you eat junk food for 40 years and all of a sudden you have diabetes, guess what? Are you going to blame the manufacturers or the people that made the candy or the fast food or whatever it was that you ate? No, it's up to us to decide what we will and will not do, what's in alignment with who we really are, what matches who we want to be and how we want to show up and the kind of results we want to get in the world. We have the personal power to do that, but we have to claim that power and actually make those decisions and choices. But it's also our personal responsibility. So I always like to talk about how power and responsibility go hand in hand. Now, we haven't had a lot of role models in at least my lifetime of that. People in power taking personal responsibility. I contend that we have a leader like that now, but people that don't want to take personal responsibility, people that want to whine and complain and blame and not take care of themselves or stand up for themselves or lead by example or lead by their own moral code and value, have a hard time with people that do embrace their personal power and take personal responsibility and lead by example. Guess what? We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. Good grief, I screw up every day. But I know when to step back and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is on me. I need to learn from that and get better and continually improve and set an example for how I show up in the world and how I expect other people that interact with me to show up in the world. We talked about having 3 ways that we can embrace our personal power, as well as 3 ways that we can demonstrate our personal responsibility in both our personal lives and in our professional lives. Whether you own the business or not, you should be setting boundaries. You should be living in alignment with your core values that match the company's. Now, sometimes in business, we have other values that have nothing to do with our business. My religious values, my religious beliefs have nothing to do with my business, right? And so I don't even bring those into the organization or into anything related to that. The same is true with sexual orientation. I don't think sex has any place in the workplace. It's nobody's business, right? And so why would I make somebody else's love life my business? It's none of my business. Don't care. It doesn't have anything to do with your ability to do the job. If you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job. I don't care what you do outside of work, right? None of my business. So often we get ourselves all our undies in a bundy, we used to say, because we're all up in somebody else's business. Guess what? It is a full-time job just being you and being ourselves. So let's just focus on that and being the best possible human being we can be, not worry about anybody else. All right. Unless, they ask us for their help or they ask us for help, etc. What's going on today? Working on my school community. I am actually involved in several challenges, other people's challenges, which I love to do. I love to help and support them, but I'm going to have to pull back on that so that I can focus on my own community. I think November, I decided this morning, I'm thinking that we're going to do a 30-day challenge in the Supersize Your Business school community for No Nonsense November. I think it'd be really fun to not just be doing it by myself, but everybody participating in doing No Nonsense November, because it allows us the opportunity to look at the biggest lessons we've learned this year or the biggest wins we've had this year and celebrate and share them with other people and set the example. And that's the kind of culture I want to create on Supersize Your Business. I've been way too serious about it, and I'm really not that serious. I do business my own way, and so why would I not create my school and create the school and bring people in that do the same thing and make it fun? I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be serious. It's definitely not all about money, although school put us in the money category. We may be changing that down the road, just haven't formed enough with founding members to decide what direction are we going to go with it. That's what community is all about. It's not about me, it's just about me starting it, but everybody else contributing and creating the culture that we want to see in the world, right? That is our personal responsibility and personal power. All right, any questions about this? You know what to do. Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, go out and make an amazing day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.